Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Imperator Rome. We can do another omen, which this time is going to be this, which is going to help reduce this down. Right now it's at negative, reducing down 0.33, so we're going to hit here. Well, before we do that, let's see here. I wanted to look here. Athena, which is in Athens, right? Tyche. I think that's maybe how you pronounce it. Tyche? I don't know. Okay, Serapis. That's one that we've created. We should give it a home somewhere. Asset stability effects, population happiness. I wish you could have a larger pantheon to choose from that's active. I know. Not everything, but I don't know, 6. So at some point we're going to switch over, do sort of what Helios the sun, switch over and at least give Serapis a home somewhere in that, pay all the BS, but not for now. So let's see, right now we're going to give that, which call on our, okay, so now we're at 0.38 instead of point, which will help a bit. Okay, consort and husband died. Now, okay. Should have looked at his health earlier to see if he was somebody that we wanted to keep around. Where here we don't want him to be the heir. He has very little skill and he's castrated. Better. Also better. Yeah, also better than him. So he's going to have an accident before too long. Okay. She is deceitful. Okay, well. Corruption up, loyalty down, but other stuff. Well, okay, we need to arrange a marriage. We're going to have suitors, and when the suitors get rejected, they're going to get upset. They're going to come from the main family, so we're going to constantly be having a bit upset. Now, he's a bit young. I don't know if we're going to do him any real good having him. We need to look at the family as well to see who else. Okay. He's 46, assertive, maybe 52. Here we go. Intelligent. I mean, you're not going to be the ruler, but maybe help out some. Silver-tongued. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go with him. He's of the right family group, of course. So we've now married our whatever uncle, cousin, aunt, something. Okay, he's married, good. But to us, and their children are not in the bloodline. That is not a good thing. Okay, 5 years old. Very good. What we're going to do here is, we have a fair number of young kids here coming up. 12 years old, time to maybe think 12. Gonna get some to get married, but we need a few more. Well, let's look at let's look at, well, I don't want to click there, so I clicked in the wrong space. See if any of these are officially I can arrange a marriage to. Okay. We're 18 years old. Alright. Dysentery and inflammation. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. He was maybe more useful at 25 for the pretender to the throne. Right, okay. Her stats. Oh, fairish for these days. We're not seeing any bright lights. But okay, so we're going to go He's both he's uncaring, he's selfish, but he's just. I don't know if those are. She's devout, disciplined, and arbitrary. Okay, well. Effects of ruler stability train. We really don't want her to be ruler. Okay. But maybe she'll produce some. So let's go here. There we go. There we go. We got that going. Again, how close is she? Yeah, she's sort of fourth. When we get rid of him, we move her up. Okay, they've got these children coming along. 2 girls, good. No, we want to come to here. He's of course castrated, so he's, and he's a wreck. Okay, here is where we were thinking about pushing to have another child here. Don't know why, it's been 5 years, we haven't had one. Again, why I cheat. Yeah, it just so many times, or several times, I haven't played this game so many times, several times, it's just sort of like an inverse pyramid, going down to fewer and fewer possible, and so if I don't do this. So that's why I'm doing this, to keep this going. This is, I think, clearly the longest reigning family of the successor generals of Alexander. So I want to keep that tradition alive. Okay, so these names I just don't really know. And it says infant. I don't know if it's a boy or girl. Maybe it hasn't identified yet. So building up our fortresses and whatnot where we need to. Okay, well, they're almost there. I think we can fit all of these guys on the ship. Our crusade begins. Now, like I say, I'm going to cheat in and out the, you know, some of the stability hits and whatever, but I'm not cheating in and out the, you know, cost of hiring the mercenaries. I'm not doing the rest of this. This isn't meant. This is what I wish, you know, a war mission type, if you will. That means these guys are just here in the black marching. That I could do, you know, crusade to retrieve a temple of your religious group from, you know, barbarians. How would, okay, they are Hellenic in religion, Ligurian in culture. Okay, yeah. But since they've, I'm not saying it's wrong to put Roman religion in with the Hellenic religions, because I don't think Roman religion, and again, this is getting outside of, you know, like where I know National Socialism under Hitler pretty damn well. This is, you know, this is getting outside of my area of expertise. But I think a lot of these gods not predate Greek gods, or even predate contact with the Greeks, but I think they are their own thing, and they're very similar. And So I'm thinking about this, you know, Neptune and Poseidon. Poseidon is one of the oldest gods. I think much older than Zeus, which I think is older than Juno. You know, Juno and Zeus are sort of the quote unquote equivalents in sort of Roman ideas. And you know, this is like called Hellenic. And that isn't bad, but I would go, these are Olympian gods. And I don't know, you know, is Zeus really part of the Olympian gods? I know the Romans, but the Romans also got, you know, get up here and find a god up here. Oh, that's, you know, oh, the god, you know, the, whether you want to call it Druidic. I'm not sure, you know, yes, there are definitely Druids in Gaul. There's definitely Druids up in Britain. You know, priests. I don't know that I guess there could be Druids down here. Tuistic, that's, I'm guessing, you know, you're saying this, Odin and Woden. Now there, I do believe Odin and Woden are, Odin is the sort of Norse pronunciation. And there may be slightly different mythology there, but I do believe the Odin and then the Woden of German pronunciation really is sort of the same god, because we do see Odin, Woden, it's very similar. Juno, Zeus, Zeus, yeah, but Poseidon, Neptune, Mars, Ares, not so much. Okay, so you know, sometimes and I don't know if whether it's language and I just don't know, because we know very little about I'm going to say, or whether it's just pronunciation difference. But I think basically, well, I don't even know if the Etruscans had the same sort of god setup but I think they sort of did as the Romans, because I think Romans are sort of, I don't know if they're deviant. Etruscans, they're all sort of like in the Italic Peninsula, but, well, the Etruscans have a weird background. I don't know. They really sort of do. There's some sort of thought that the Etruscans might be people fleeing from Troy or something. That's sort of the name, Etruscan, Troy, some sort of connection. And yes, if you do have people that have fled from here, which I don't know how Greek the Trojans were. Now, of course, it's the Greek states that send their big armada after their religion. But yeah, I do believe, because you go down here, well, before even the Trojan War period, you find, Poseidon and the Minoan, what we call Minoans, doing the bull leaping, and the bull is associated with the god Poseidon. Poseidon is really ancient as a sea god, where Neptune, I believe, is a much more recent idea. So Romans, and they get up here, and Lear, L-I-R-I or L-I-R or something like that. It's sort of a Celtic sea god, sort of in this sort of area. Romans sort of, that's sort of like Neptune. You know, and then they'll make a temple, the Neptune Lear temple or whatever, be hyphenated or something like that. And so Rome is often trying to do equivalencies and try to make local versions of their gods. So I think that's as much a case as sort of similar cultural ideas may have some, these really aren't space aliens showing up, that have never heard of each other. It isn't like, some people's, Native Americans, and way out here, with the Mayans are sort of the oldest civilization I know. You have the, and then the Mayans, and then you have the people who did the Nazca lines down in the south, which really predate the Incas, which the Incas and the Aztecs were the two big civilizations that were around when Columbus shows up. Aztec is up in Mexico, Inca is down like in Peru. The Mayans are their center is little. It's in the Yucatan Peninsula in the south of Mexico. I think it's their main center of their empire, if you will. And they're completely gone, and so basically erased. I mean, I'm sure there's cultural legacies, but they're just gone by the time the Columbus shows up and the Aztecs are there. So they're a whole epoch older, and then there's some of the really ancient people down in the south that really predate. I don't know what at least what we call them, let alone what they call themselves. Just don't know what it is. Down in the in the south where the Incas were, and it predates the Incas, as at least as our understanding. So those are completely different connections. So and founding myths, and I don't really think there's any connectivity to them. I'm not saying there weren't a few Romans that didn't somehow wash up on the shores over there. I understand, according to some testing, they found some cocaine and some mummies of I have a hard time, because cocaine is indigenous and only found, at least back then, in South America or in the Americas. How it got over here, I mean, maybe it could, I don't know, or just somehow funky testing, I don't know. I don't know. I have a hard time believing that, but even if through multiple middlemen, I don't think there's really any cultural contact. Okay, modest, original thinker, pious, kindly. Why is he upset with us? Disloyalty, inspired. Oh, somebody doesn't like us. We'll have to watch this. Nothing yet really coming towards rebellion, but we'll have to watch that. And so, yeah, Olympian gods, other, very similar. And this is very similar. You got, I hope I'm getting all this right, Aphrodite in Greece and Venus in Rome, and there's a lot similar, and there's a lot borrowed there. Going both ways. Well, going at least into Rome. I don't know how much Rome gets back into Greek, but there's a lot of that going on. So yeah, this is the quest to return the temple from the barbarians, the Greek one. Okay, since the glorious days of the mighty Heracles, which later we, and I don't know if it changes in the Greek or just this is our Hercules, the young men of Greece have every 4 years competed in the Olympic Games in order to win fame and fortune for themselves and glory for their nation, held in Olympia, which is over here. Olympus, though I think Olympus, control of the camera. I think the Mount Olympus is somewhere in here. Held in Olympia, the games, an opportunity for all of Greece to lay down arms, embrace, and pay homage to their forefathers. Okay. As we control the ancient site of the games, it is our duty to hold the games this year. We should think carefully before proclaiming otherwise. Right. Okay. This here, held in Olympia, the games are an opportunity for all of Greece to lay down arms, embrace, and pay homage to their forefathers. Yes, they paid homage to their forefathers. I don't know how much they embraced. Yeah, and I'm not saying, obviously, yeah, obviously there was, homosexual relations going on. I'm not talking about that. But I don't know how much and this is obviously different times at different contentions, how much, say, the Spartans were embracing the Athenians at these games. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we're good, we're all Greeks together, yay, 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 yeah, we were slaughtering each other last week, but yay. Don't know this out. Now, to lay down the arms, and I recently read about that, that is a myth about the games. One, the games are a military primarily set up sort of games. The one, at least one of the running events, I'm not saying the games didn't change over time. God, I don't know if they did. There are probably a lot of traditions there, but who knows what happened. But like one of the running events, at least, you did it in armor. You know, it wasn't like, you know, down to, well, they didn't normally wear loincloths. A lot of it was done naked, like, or at least the wrestling and whatnot. But it wasn't necessarily, you know, who was the fastest sprinter. It was who's the fastest sprinter in armor kind of thing. So the games were definitely a military element. But the sort of the myth is that once every 4 years, all the wars would stop and they would go off to hold the games. According to what I've read on Wikipedia, which, you know we can always trust Wikipedia because no one ever modifies it to say things 24 hours after something in a news cycle changes something and Trump bad and Trump whatever, and they go in and modify it, and you go back and look in history and see that it was modified just 8 hours before, and before then the whole world agreed with Trump, but since Trump bad, we have to change it to say Trump bad. You can hate Trump, but not everything he said was bad. People, I mean, you don't have to like him. Not everything he said, though, was wrong, even if you don't like him. But sometimes he was just freaking reading the New York Times and saying something he read in the New York Times, and, well, Trump said it. Okay, it's all bad. He wasn't quoting his source, but, you know, they just attack him on it. But okay, that just sort of aggravates me. I mean, go after the policies you don't like. Fine. Whatever. But don't be idiotic about it. Okay, so the sort of fake news is that every 4 years they'd stop their war. What it was the war, and the war, we can look historically. The wars continued during the Olympic Games. They didn't cease. If there was wars going on, they continued to cease. What it was religious pilgrims could travel through warring environments, you know. So like if your city is under siege by your enemy Greeks, you go, oh yeah, hey, the Olympic Games are starting in a week. We've got 20 pilgrims that need to go to the Olympic Games. Oh, okay, yeah, they can come out. Now, of course, the pilgrims would be like the athletes, because the games weren't a religious event. It wasn't like, oh, well, these are religious people, and then these are the athletes over there. No, the pilgrimage, at least impartially, I'm sure there were old people and whatnot that were just going to watch. And I think there's also like poetry competitions, and there's other things other than pure sporting as well. But, you know, so there may very well be other people that aren't competing that are going for religious reason. But the pilgrimage would include warriors, if they thought they could, you know, spare them for a while, so they could go to the games and come back and not be molested and travel through what would ostensibly be enemy territory before and after the games coming and going. So that's it. The wars would continue. If your city's under siege, they keep sieging it. That doesn't change, and it isn't, and it's even within the Greeks. You know, it's you know, Greek city-state versus Greek city-state. It's not just well, the Persians don't care about our traditions, so we have to keep fighting, something like that. No, it's even within it. So that they laid down their arms is wrong, in that they often picked up their arms. Now they're wrestling. People often died in the wrestling. Sometimes even the winner got like his neck broken and probably died shortly after it, but he won the competition. It wasn't, and it was bloody, like the wrestling. It was bloody, and it was like you'd punch. It isn't like the modern Greco-Roman. We're just doing the, you know, hold pins and whatever. It was not a boxing match in that you were supposed to grab and pummel. Or I mean, grab, but pummel's like hit. So you could grab, pummel, fight. It was kick. It wasn't, but to like pin them down, I think was still the idea. But it wasn't like just to be boxing, just to hit with your fists. It was hit, punch. It was a bloody wrestling thing. Now, nowhere near the level of blood and casualties of a, you know, gladiatorial games. I mean, this is like, you know, if we're not talking about the fake wrestling on television. I mean, it's a real athletic activity. I couldn't do it, but it's scripted, people. But let's say the modern sort of Greco-Roman wrestling in sports and the Olympics. Let's say that's at a 2 or a 3. Okay, this is sort of turning it up to a 5 or a 6. And the gladiatorial games is a 10 to a 12, turning up the dial. 10 is the highest, of course, and turn it to 11, Spinal Tap. But yeah, the gladiatorials are just, just cranking the thing up. So this is a lot more bloody, a lot more people dying, a lot more people permanently maimed and injured, kind of thing from this than we would think today. But it wasn't meant to be fighting to the death. It was meant to be like pinning somebody down and achieving a victory. But the other guy's fighting is willing to give his life to try to oppose that. And so, yeah, it's the javelin throw, they weren't throwing it at each other, as far as I know. But that's, a javelin, the military weapon that they're throwing at the enemy, kind of thing, how accurate and or how far or whatever it was that they were doing. So they were picking up weapons and doing military activities. So it isn't laying down. That's sort of the modern Olympic myth that was in the late 19th century when they were rebirthing the Olympics, trying to do it. Okay, every country of the Hellenic culture group will gain 20 opinion of Egypt. Too risky okay, I don't know what too risky means, so I understand the words and I understand lose opinion, but we're gonna let it be known the game shall be held. Okay, I don't know what risk we're facing. Okay, so we now have fruits of Laconia. Good. So for the 10 years, local monthly food modifier plus 20%. Very good. And we have Macedonian settlement here in Knossos. That's where they find the ruins of the Minoans. Okay, well, I'm not going to do this one just yet because we have a population capacity problem. So I'm going to, we're going to throw on a aqueduct first, so that when we grow our population, they'll have somewhere to be. I don't know if I want to do a second one or you can get rid of that. The training ground. Right, okay. So we have those. Okay, Granary of Greece, which we have, but don't quite, we have the money to do it, but I don't want to quite spend that money to do it just yet. Yeah, okay. The city status and is fortified. So what we need to now do here is 2 markets in each port in Boa. We're still founding a city here, so we're almost there. So it's going to take a while to get done, but we might as well have markets here so that we can maybe do more trading. Okay, that's maxing out our markets. Well, we might take the port down from down 1 to get more if we need it, or hope that their things grow. And we do have 2 there. Okay, growth of Knossos. Okay, we are doing that, so that will give us the aqueduct. Then we need to do a granary, so we probably will need to bring we'll need to bring that up. What here? Okay, population attraction, couple of citizens. Year of everybody show up and or become Greek or Macedonian or whatever. Macedonian, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna wait on this a little bit, and we're waiting on this until that is done. We need to do that anyways, but population, yes. Okay, these guys are heading out to sea. We're organizing up our armies on board ships. 30,000. Right around here, we'll go past our naval range currently. And we just got I just finally built a fort out here. Hopefully that will help with our periodic rising problem. I was hoping we would grow out here, and I'm probably just going to cheat and get that over to us. Just take that away. I'm not going to like take the whole. I'm not going to take any other Carthaginian territories, but that would just get us the whole province. Okay. Those from Eastern Delta, certainly you may do that. Putting it in 2 theaters here, where we have a lot of Roman dominance, and here try to get them back to being Greek. There isn't, I don't think, an option to slaughter all the people of a particular ethnic group in a yet. Yeah, here we are. So the naval range thing is the main reason I removed the heavy ships, because they were damaged and some of them would die up here. Okay. Purge prospers. Okay, the Council of Purge has sent an envoy proclaiming that the harvest, trade, and taxation have all produced huge surplus this year. In a splendid show of national spirit, they've decided to offer their additional income to the state. Perhaps we could let them spend the money for their own uses, however. Okay. Okay, 20. They lose loyalty, or he loses loyalty, but whatever. Okay, give it to the merchants. That seems to be buggy or something. Oh no, gains marketplace +1. Okay, currently 1 there. Hold some local games with the funds. He gains popularity, games held, local provincial loyalty, freedom and happiness. And they either get a tax office, library. Okay, where is Perge? Okay, here. There we go. Well, they already have 3 here, so I don't know that just giving it to the merchants here, because I guess now I gotta hold it over here. And they already have that. We're here, the citizens or local games. What's their provincial loyalty here? +1, so they're already on a positive loyal trend. So they might get another tax office, which would obviously give us more money. Or a library or forum. They picked a forum. Okay, good. Okay, Governor of Cyrenaica. Okay, Cyrenaica, pause. We need a replacement. Who is now family? Or what family is now upset? The Pelopids. Well, Pelopids, you don't have terribly good rulership possibilities here right now. You're not doing very well in that range. That's way down at 3, so no, Pelopids. This isn't going to be a job for you. I'd keep giving it to you if you're, mildly capable. Okay, citizen output is nice, but I prefer the lack of corruption. Well, that does give it to the Leonidid. Okay, 5 corruption, we'll deal with that. Okay, Leonidids get a new thing. Let's come over here. Let's see if we can find a fleet. What family are you a member of, and why are you in charge of a fleet here? I don't know why. Okay. You're actually fairly good, so we're going to leave you in charge there. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. Let's swap you out with a Lopit. Okay, yeah, down at 4. Dysentery, lazy. It may not last long, but you get that. Okay. So that satisfies both of the families there. We're not increasing our unwanted job type people. All right, well, here we are. If we declare war, these people will come after us. Okay, council. Oh, well, let's see. What? Stability down 25%, aggressive expansion down, or I mean added 5%. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is to counterbalance this. Let's first save. I haven't saved this. Save, we'll just call this war again. For Apollo. Okay. STAB 25. So that will jump way up to 64. Then it's going to come back down. And tab. Okay, what is the aggressive expansion reduction? Military experience, war exhaustion, unrest, state loyalty, timing. Oh, I think it's AE, but let me see. Let me go to. No. All right. Wait just a second here. Okay. Yeah, okay, AE. Okay, so we're gonna do AE minus 5. I know I'm giving the benefits. Oh no, that didn't do it here. Okay. Wasn't good. AE base minus 5. Okay. There we go. But now we're going to come over here and we're going to we're going to declare war, though all I can do is show superiority. It's more religious crusade war. Yep. So, war. I will take the war exhaustion because I think that is somewhat legitimate. There we go. The Olympic Games. Okay, the great Olympic Games have come to an end. Much rejoicing and celebration. The highlight of this year's games was during the final race of the Olympiad, the Hippodromos, in which the competitors endured a full lap in the stadium clad. You see here it is, clad in full body armor. Rusa of Parthia crossed the finish line a good half hour after the race began, having stopped to flirt outrageously with a group of giggling maidens. Now, I have heard, I don't know if it's true, but women were barred at least from some of the stuff because some, not necessarily these guys, and I don't know, this may have been a full lap of the stadium, yeah, because a lot of the stuff was done naked. So that may be not true, or it may be just at different times, so I don't know if that is true. Obviously, it wouldn't be fully naked and in full body armor. As part of the armor chafes, you need to have clothing underneath it. Overall, the victor was declared was Carneades, which is one of our guys, of Bactria, the first-time winner of the Olympics, whose brawn, fertility, yeah, okay. Okay, so we've got, he will go down in the annals of history, splendid event. So we get 5 popularity. Very good. We already got a lot of popularity for holding the games in the first place. Where's the pause? And we've won. Now these guys, they're going to go home. Well, let's just send them to Greece for the first stop here. You have to fight their way and take that. That is your mission, should you choose to accept it. They didn't have much choice. Okay, Cleopatra falls ill with an infection, so we're going to come here. And she has good health, but we're going to seek treatment, and this one, of course, doesn't come. It comes out of her funds. I wish, like, you know, some these for the family expenditures. I could ask, do I want it coming out of the treasury or out of the family funds? If you've been watching, you know I don't think it should be 200 to seek treatment. I don't really think it would be a choice, and I really don't think it would be something that was coming. Okay, okay, these two cities, very good, very, very good. Now up here, okay, what we have to look at these. We'll pause. Okay, trade out here all need to be fortified. This needs a fort. And expanded works here. This needs to be the capital. Now what's the, okay, provincial loyalty, well, it's basically flat here, though it's slightly down. This needs to be the capital. And moving capital, Egypt needs to be at peace. Okay, well, that'll be a while then. Well, since that'll be a while, what we're going to do here is, well, okay, let's look for a mission. Prospecting. Okay, well, I don't know that there's a specific thing that needs to be built, but we'll build. Well, let's okay, what are we? Okay, there is a citizen here. Let's build a court of law, which should make slightly more happy. I'm not saying that the success should be guaranteed by any means. So people should, you know, be able to get sick, and Governor of Arabia was murdered. Oh, interesting. Okay. You know, should be able to get sick and seek treatment. Doesn't mean I think they should, like, all be successfully treated. Okay, a lot of corruption. No corruption, just, but only one worse. State religion, happiness, provincial commerce, yeah. That 20 is just awfully big. I know he is oriented, but yeah, we could throw in a tax office here, I think. I know we're saving up some money for other things too, so I'm not going too big here. Okay, oh, we've changed it. Gotta change this back to here to harsh treatment, otherwise it's gonna plummet. Yeah, harsh treatment, dude. Harsh treatment. We want to keep them loyal. And loyal is better than happy. Happy is nice. If they can be loyal and happy, I'm good. But we can over time build more and more buildings, and actually like build a. I don't think there's any cities. Well, there is one here. Okay. But we could build things to make them more happy, certainly, and then be able to give them things that don't have to force loyalty so hard. That's cool. I like that. But right now, people, loyalty. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep this there. Crusade. We are assaulting. In Galnia, I guess. Something with as Gaul in Galnia. See, this is I don't know, do you get this, people? I saw this and as a meme. In modern language, maybe it will just immediately jump into you. But this is Cisalpine Gaul, and this is Transalpine Gaul. Okay. Who gets the special rights? The Cisalpine Gauls or the Transalpine Gauls? You get it. It also has a temple there, but we're not. I'm not going to try to take back all of the Roman gods. I don't know why they. Maybe it was just they could do it and they had it, so they did it, and it's a benefits to them. And they seem all to be concentrated right in here. All of the Roman and the one gods. Oh, siege is won. Very good. So we're not going. We're now going to march to here. Not going to disrupt more than we need. Okay, we have 2 deaths. Okay, Admiral. And so we have the Pelopids are upset they don't have enough job, and Governor of Phrygia died. Okay. Well, let's go for the governorship first, because last we checked there wasn't a good Pelopid governor. Oh, that's just too big a corruption for me to want to do that. Okay, a little bit of corruption, stubborn local defense. Local defense might be good. Right, there we go. Now, what we'll do is we need another Pelopid admiral. Oh, hey, there's a fleet here for you, Admiral. Hello, Pelopid Admiral. Where are you, Pelopid Admiral? Oh, here we go. Here's Pelopid Admiral. Yeah, you have your fleet. Really, it's just a paid job. Be happy. Now, yes, that is gamey. I will say, yes, that is. The Hellenistic Low Power. Where is this? Okay. Oh, it's these guys that are bashing each other back and forth. Okay, I guess we will. We could use the trade for a little while. But, at least in the 18th century, so I'm going to presume back then, way back here, there's often been sort of make work jobs by a lot of countries that, oh yeah, here, you get to be this regiment. And literally, sometimes the colonel couldn't recognize, even with each regiment with a somewhat different uniform, or maybe very different uniform, couldn't even recognize his own regiment. It was just a job. I mean, it was an honor. They show up and someone would lead him in front so he could stand in front of the parade and take the salute once every couple of years or something. But it was just a money-making job. The way it worked in Britain in the early 18th century, for at least most of the standard regiments, someone would get to become the colonel, often buying it. Now, so you would buy the colonelcy. This is early 18th century. It changes over time, and this is probably a bit different for the guards and whatever else. But so he would buy the colonelcy of the regiment. And then you bought your commission, but he would buy it. And so what would happen would be, is yes, you would say, 5,000 pounds or 10,000 pounds. That would be like $200,000 or something today. $100,000, $200,000. No, it'd probably be more like $1 million today, especially since $1 million buys a standard house in Southern California. Rather embarrassing accident occurred during treatment while performing routine procedure, managed to cause internal bleeding, giving some horrific injuries. What horrific injuries? Infection, deceitful, crafty. Okay. Oh, she gains blind. Oh, do we have like a pathetic... I didn't think we did in the office down here. He's 8. Well, did we have, I mean, yeah, there's another 8, yeah, so guess we could, you know, okay, well, I guess we're going to keep seeking treatment. Is the infection, I'm guessing, around the eye? Or something went horribly wrong, I don't know. Well, now that she is blind, martial down to finesse down. Okay, she's gonna get assassinated here soon, but we gotta get rid of him first. So that will mean her, I guess. Where do we want to take her out to? Okay, Marshal 1, which will lead the main group around there where she goes to war. Marshal 2, 5. No. 6. 5 for finesse. Monthly tyranny way down. Mercenary army maintenance way down. Okay, she and him have not produced a child, so let's make her produce a child. Okay. Make child 7, 2, 4, 3, 0. And 6, 2, 8, 2, 0. Okay, now, because, you know, he's had some earlier children, but her, all right, infant. Still don't know what gender that is. Okay. So, and he is even worse as a leader here and castrated. A scholar, though. Now, of course, there is annoying. Well, okay, political influence, legitimacy. Okay, legitimacy needs to be 8 or divine enacted prophet. Okay, so we really can't do that. So we may need to assassinate, and there's almost no loyalty to her either. Okay, we need to assassinate both of these people after getting rid of, or before getting rid of her. And, okay. But we will try to get this war out and done before doing that. Alright. Okay, well, we probably have, yeah, looks like our aqueduct built so we can hold a few more people there in Kenosis. So we will start that, which that has to be completed before we can come down to here. And I'll need another library building. So let's start that. Okay, something just happened here. Probably some civil war broke out. Okay. Cloth Central Delta. Cloth Central Delta. Let's see, can we find an alternative source that we can import? Yeah, Gatian Revolt. Let's come down here. That's what's happened. Wine over here. No, is it here? Yeah, or is it here? I guess here. I guess wine. Yeah, let's move there. Okay, cloth, cypress. See if we can find a decent alternative. There we go. And olives out here. Okay. Let's try to keep our slaves happy and keep. Alright, let's do a quick provincial run down for possible import routes. Here we go. Okay, all those markets that we did have helped here. Okay, we have wine, pots, olives, good. There, well, you know, maybe something like wood. Nobody wants to give us, okay, Judea wood. Okay, because we will be building the shipyard here, and I think we will need wood for that. So let's do from Judea. Make our friends in Judea happy. Prosperous, ready to raise armies for us when we need to. That kind of thing. More loyal, I hope, because they're trading with us. All that good stuff. Okay. We are paying a lot to maintain these mercenaries here, I think, as part of the expense that we're running. Oh, actually, you know, we should be doing this too. We should be, oh, we have to soldier settle down. Right, okay. In Kenosis, right? Okay, we want to do fort maintenance down because we don't need to maintain forts because we're way out here. And I don't care if you take that back. I only do a teeny bit, but not much really. You're going to get it back one way or another. What I want to do is secure this. So having that delay a little bit is not a bad idea. Well, that's better. That's sort of what I'm worried about. We need to get through this fast. Okay, yeah. Yeah, hopefully you can win these battles, because we need to take that fort turn. Looks like the big doom stack that's coming towards me. I think we'll get them. Looks like we will. Good. Big doom stack defeated. Okay, Civil War ends. Nice. Rome wants to get wood from North Phoenicia. Fine. Yeah, 35. Good. I want to go down. Okay, I think we have enough to go for Granary of Egypt now without disrupting our finances too badly. Okay, incompetent storage, so we will pay them the money. This is what I was worried about, having too little money, possibly not this particular thing, but just something like that. Okay, so we've got this. Let's oh, you gotta come to the army here. Desecrate holy site. Desecrate holy site. There we go. We desecrated holy site. Now now that's what we've done here. Now let's see if we can sue for peace. White peace, yes. That's what we want. Okay, so we're now back at peace. That's a lot of stability lost. Okay, right. Disband the unit, you go marching home. You go marching home. There we go. They're going to march all the way back to here. One here, one there. And we're not going to pay for that extra time. Yes, we did pay for the reduction, and we're here. So we are going to make sure that our finances are, yep. Okay, we built a little bit more roads. Yeah, you guys can go home. We're not going to build any more roads for the moment. Wait for things to start normal, financial wise, and other. Okay, well, let's make a save here. Save. Okay, now religion. I think it's here is where we have Apollo. That's right. What? Huh? They've already... okay. Fuck. Okay. Load. What is the autosave? Do this? Oh. Okay, so we can't even wait a moment. Somebody's gonna grab up Apollo. Okay. Do we still have the chance for doing this? Nope, they've already got... Where is... No. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Well, I'm going to end this episode here. I want to thank you for watching. I'm going to have to redo this whole thing because the whole thing is to get the damn site back to Delphi. That's why we're doing this. Got to do it instantaneously, I guess. So, thank you for watching. See you next time for even more historical gaming.